The saddest day on earth was when humans had to learn. Their Red Army they allowed to invade the United States of America in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s. When everyone else in the United States of America was trying to support their cause of climate change in silence, they were bringing over wives from overseas. They were making these businesses where they just have to let you know how genius they are with their brilliance and their intelligence, touching you and touching you and touching you some more, and then telling you some more and touching you some more and touching you and telling you some more, and then waving their hand and saying they're done with their magic mystery in silence. The saddest day on earth was a tragedy nobody could speak about or paint with their art of their words they already used and wasted in their duality and silence. With their mathematics they teach their fish and their birds and their turtles and their big fat bald husbands in silence who have no gender and no honor in silence. The saddest day on earth, other than Robin Williams dying from the suicide and the disorder I want to help treat with my neurological doctorate I want to receive in silence. Not from a handshake in some stupid ceremony in silence, but from the cold shivering hands of the patient who says, "Oh my gosh, I have a brain," in silence. And not the day when people said, "Oh my gosh, the guy who said Patch Adams was his inspiration," who's sitting with their child so afraid and filled with fear, they're grasping their gun to my shelter with my head in their grasp to put a bullseye in my brain and shut me up in silence. So disillusioned with their stupid system and processes for teaching education in silence, they lost their neuron in silence. The saddest day on earth was when the dead, deceased face on a video spoke about the easy solution to the mathematics of economics and language and duality. And not some soldier kids in duality with war talking about peace in their language of theory and philosophy with their t-shirt and gender neutral dilemma in silence. But the well-constructed thought of the cognition needed to have psychological synapses for the psychiatric quiet in silence. The saddest day on earth was the day after they saw the video of the dead doctor candidate who was bullied and assaulted so many times constructing a better medicine and health. Eventually, I died from cancer before I could ever have a job in the economics remote workers enjoy in silence. But the saddest day on earth for my mother, who's still alive, who lives to see me be a doctor in silence, was when her neighbor Alice and her husband, a Vietnam veteran from the Army, had to hear the duck they gave me on a beautiful day in Little Rock, Arkansas, was thrown away with less care than they dropped the atomic bomb on Japan in silence by a Tibetan woman who was declared a feminist in the culture and the ethnic dialect of the city of Seattle, who brought her and her friends over a long time ago to let me know, who was born in Ohio, to stay away from their land in China, where the USS Ohio keeps them away from these North America lands where we have the bison and the cow and not the dead pig and fake silent quiet in silence.